everyone's favorite match of the night, the one everyone's looking the most forward to. Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. How are we feeling?
I absolutely despise this match for Tiffany Stratton.
I agree.
Like there's no reason for her to even have this match going in to Chamber, especially when they signed Becky Lynch back. And they could have, granted, the last time they fought, they were on opposite sides.
Mm-hmm.
But to just bring Becky back for that match, like I think this whole Mania build for Tiffany Stratton is just a wash. I think they're doing it the wrong way. Like I'm just gonna flow right into what I wanted to talk about regarding that, because like they're trying to build Tiffany Stratton as a babyface, and they don't need to do that. Just let her be Tiffany Stratton.
I hate it.
That's why everybody was over on her in the first place.
They got to make her a brat. That was her whole thing, and it was great. It was awesome.
Like, cause babyface Tiffany Stratton sounds scared when she picks up a microphone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I need her to be heel Tiffany Stratton, not heel Tiffany Stratton, but I need her to have some shit to her. Like, don't be a pushover.
It's
like
I'm sitting here thinking about it on why they would make. Well, I think two of arguably their biggest women's stars should both be heel, and that's Rhea and Tiffany. They're perfect heels. It's granted Rhea can work as a babyface and Tiffany can work as a babyface, but it's like Seth Rollins or Randy Orton. You can be a face, but you're way better as a heel, like a million times better. And
Tiffany can still be a babyface while being heel Tiffany Stratton, because nobody likes Charlotte.
Yeah,
like there's a reason she got cheered when she entered the Royal Rumble, but when everybody realized she was gonna win, I was at the event. We booed.
Yeah, it's honestly I think maybe whoever was booking it didn't factor in. They probably thought Charlotte was just gonna get cheered, honestly, and they thought maybe Tiffany could just stay heel in that feud, and if Charlotte was to take the belt off of her, big pop, everyone's happy. But people just do not want Charlotte to hold a title. If she never held the title again, I'd be perfectly fine with that.
I would never lose sleep again if Charlotte never held a title in WWE.
Like have her put over like an Io Sky, or have her put over a Roxanne Perez. Like someone coming up.
She's not going to put over Tiffany Stratton, and that's really going to bother me.
If Tiffany if she taps out, I'm going to lose my mind. That's almost worse than when she beat Asuka at Mania. I don't know.
That pissed me off, bro.
I don't know. That is bad.
It's kind of like Brock breaking the streak for fucking what? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. Don't even get me started on that.
Fucking what? Like Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble for what?
Why has she won two? Why does she need two? Like, I guess she's trying to. She's Ric Flair's daughter. But like,
they're trying to force feed her to us as the GOAT, but don't nobody believe that.
No, I will never see her as the GOAT.
She's not even the best out of the 4 horsewomen, so like she's not the GOAT.
Where would you have her, second?
Third. Fourth.
Third? Whoa, all right. I don't know about fourth. We know who 4 is. All due respect.
It depends on the day, for real. Tied third. How about that? That's where I got it.
That's fair, but Sasha's losing stock. A lot of stock.
That's not fair though. She's on a drowning ship.
that is true, but Naomi came back. You know what I mean? Plus Vince is gone. Like, what is? Like, the women.
I think the thing is, at least I'm not speaking as if I know Sasha Banks / Mercedes Moné, but the way it looks to me, and the way she's being presented and packaged over on the other company, and I'm not talking trash about the other company, because I don't watch the product at all. Shout out Tony Storm.
Yup. Love Tony.
But she's being billed as the top. She's being billed as clear cut above everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I don't think she'd get that in WWE. Because
that's a good point.
She returned. What year did she debut? When did she debut in AEW?
23. I feel 23 or 24. 23 or 24.
So 20. Let's say 23, right? For argument's sake.
Sure.
20 or no, let's say 24. Let's say 24. 24. Becky's still there. Sasha's been over Becky, but she's never been more over than Becky. She would have had to. She would have had to. She would have had to respect Charlotte. Not Charlotte. She would have had to respect Rhea Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte was still there at the time. Bayley was still there at the time. Not saying Bayley's better.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Bayley's better technically. But I think Bayley's a really good wrestler. I think she just falls flat for me.
I think you finish because I'll talk about Bayley in a second. What I think.
Yeah, but I just don't think she had a place at the top where she wanted because of everything that was like the women that were there at the time. Like she would have definitely had to lose a couple times to Liv Morgan. I wouldn't have been happy to see it either. Yeah, I just don't. I
would have loved that.
She wouldn't have the star power she has now, relatively speaking.
Man, if she comes back, we could get Sasha versus Rhea, Sasha versus Io. Oh my gosh! But
Sasha's getting dogged out by Rhea.
100%, 100%. But
also bring back submission finishers. I'm not gonna lie, they took away the disarmor. Like the figure eight's
cool. Is it? It's she just bridges. Like
that's why I said cool. It's cool.
It's alright.
But the bank statement was fire.
I agree. I like that a lot.
The code of silence was fire. Shout out Carmella.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bring back submission finishers. But go ahead. You were getting ready to get on Bayley.
Okay. So when we're talking about the 4 horsewomen, this is a completely different debate if we go like back to like 2016 or 17-ish. I think
somewhere 17's a good, yeah.
Somewhere in that ballpark. Bayley was a champion. You had the 4 horsewomen, obviously. Like they were the whole women's division, everything like that. Bayley wasn't even top 3 women's wrestlers in the company at that time because Alexa Bliss was better than her. If we really want to have that conversation, I'll give Bayley ring work. Alexa was miles better on the mic, but I think she's better than all the 4 horsewomen on the mic. That's just me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Better on the mic, better character work. I'll give Bayley in ring. We're not gonna act like I can't sit here and act like Alexa Bliss can't wrestle. Especially now.
Yeah, no, it's not clear. Now, it's not clear.
Maybe at the time, she wasn't as good, but like I don't know. The way I see Bayley is ever since her heel turn was cool, but she's just not recognizable. They took away her theme, which everyone knew, and I'm not saying she had to keep that theme, but I'm saying they could have changed it into just something more monotone. It doesn't have to be all sunshine and rainbows, anything like that. Like it could have been something that works, but it's still recognizable with Bayley. It's everything you think. Like if I'm thinking about like the all-time greats, your Stone Colds, your Shawn Michaels, your Undertakers, your Cenas. If I said what reminds you of John Cena from like a look standpoint, what would you say?
Look standpoint, Face Bayley was John Cena to me. That like with the colors and everything and the presentation.
Mm-hmm. Like you think the colors, the armbands, everything like that.
Yeah.
So
Face Bayley was John Cena.
Yeah. No, I would agree. So when we're talking about Face Bayley, how would you describe her from like a physical point of view? Like how she looked, everything, like her music, everything like that.
I mean, she was cool. I didn't really. I wasn't moved.
No, I wasn't either, but it was recognizable, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
How did
the wacky waving tube men? Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Tell me right now, how does Bayley's theme song go?
Role model. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's it. The shittiest tagline of all time.
And Face Bayley probably had one of the best chants of all time for a wrestler.
The hey, we love you, Bailey.
Yeah,
Who? Ha.
Ha.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But
yeah, nah.
they fell into such a weird pattern. They turned her heel, and it was cool. Her and Sasha were like a great heel duo. I'm not gonna sit here and deny it. You turned her face. I forgot they
were a heel duo. That's actually crazy.
You turned her face, and she's the same. I'm not saying you have to give her like the hugger gimmick back, but you give her a new shitty theme song. Probably
she didn't change her gear either for
No, I mean she changed like her like hair, everything like that, and her hair's cool. I'll give her that. But you give her maybe the worst finisher I've ever seen in my life in pro wrestling.
Now, when we say gave her, did they give her that finisher, or did she change her finisher?
If she chose that finisher, send her to AEW. I don't care. Swap her for Toni Storm or Thunder Rosa, or it does not matter. It doesn't matter. That's trash. That
Rose
like
Plant is top 3 worst finishers I've ever seen in my life.
I'm not even trying to like be dramatic because I don't get me wrong. I don't have any like dislike towards Bailey. Bailey's cool. I think it's the worst finisher I've ever seen in my life. That's
why I have her and Charlotte tied third, because they were the only two that couldn't change their character and get over.
I don't know, but Charlotte didn't have to change her character. We don't like Charlotte. That should be her character. She needs to be snarky.
My whole problem with Charlotte was that she never changed her character. It was always just Charlotte Flair. I was like, dog, please give me something different.
Mm-hmm.
Like whereas watching Becky come in and being the steampunk girl with the gears on her head.
Then
transitioning into the man, to then transitioning into Becky 2 belts, to then transitioning into that Lady Gaga era she had, to then transitioning back to the man. Like, she could get over. Sasha Banks did a good job from going from heel to face, or face to heel, whichever way she went. Heel to face.
That was when
she came back because
she came back with the blue hair, right? I think when she came back as a heel. Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I remember when she debuted on the main roster with Team Bad, and then when she became the boss Sasha Banks, like the face Sasha, and like she was able to flip flop. The greats are able to flip flop.
She was so tough as a face. She was so tough. Oh my gosh! But no, for me, Becky's solidified as my number one. I don't think women's wrestling's ever as big as it is without Becky Lynch specifically.
Okay.
And I'm not going to sit here and say the Four Horsewomen didn't have anything to do with it, but when it comes to influence, I think Charlotte's at the bottom of that list solely for that takeover match with Sasha and Bailey. The first ever women's match to main event a pay-per-view, arguably a 5-star classic. Charlotte kind of reminds me of like if we're doing like the more I'm not going to talk about Trish and Lita. If we're talking about like a more modernized women's Mount Rushmore,
she's Michelle McCool with some bop in it. That's who Charlotte is.
I could get with that. I would say she's a lot more athletic and better in the ring. She can't cut a promo though. This is kind of how I look at it. I see Charlotte on like the women's modernized Mount Rushmore, kind of like LeBron on the NBA influence Mount Rushmore, because I think NBA influence Mount Rushmore, I would put Jordan, Steph, Kobe, and Allen Iverson. The women's...
Okay, that's a good... I was about to say, I didn't know where you were going now. I was waiting for you to say AI. I was like, hold up.
No, absolutely AI's on there. The women's modernized version, someone would probably want to argue for like Nikki Bella. I'm not putting Nikki Bella on there. I'm saying it's literally Becky, Sasha, Bailey, AJ Lee. Charlotte isn't influential because her character's not... It's not going to make someone want to be a fan of the business from a character point of view. She's great in the ring, everything like that. I'll give her that. Character work, mic work, horrible.
Also, there's no archetype like Charlotte Flair. That's the problem, and I think that was a good comparison, especially when you're comparing her to LeBron in terms of influence. Because LeBron is influential in terms of off the court stuff. But the difference is not everybody can be 6'9", 260. Pass like a guard, shoot 40% from the 3, and dunk the ball at age 40.
And not talking about LeBron here, but a Nepo baby. Let's not act like... If Charlotte's last name wasn't Flair, let's not act like She'd probably
No,
be getting into
if Charlotte's
WWE
last name,
now.
if Charlotte's last name was anything except Flair, she'd literally be Michelle McCool.
Yep. 100%. I could not agree with you anymore.
And that's no shade to Michelle McCool, by the way. Undertaker.
Oh no, no. Michelle should have done way more. You want to talk about probably the most iconic Divas champion from that era? Her and Layla splitting the titles in half. One of the smartest.
Yeah, they were in the wrong era. They were in a, like a lot. I say that all the time. Like a lot of the women were in the wrong era, in terms of like just build and athleticism and just in the tag teams. Like Lay Cool being women's tag team champions nowadays. I brought this up before. I feel like, but the Riot Squad would have been perfect for the tag division.
100%.
When Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville were still together, perfect. They would have been perfect for the women's division. The Bella Twins, regardless of how you feel about them, like Team Bad, like it's so many things.
I would also say the Bella Twins are more influential than Charlotte. That's just me though. That's you could argue. You don't have to like the Bella Twins, but I think character work wise.
See, I would say they influenced Charlotte Flair, because if you ask me, when I saw AJ Lee undress the Bella Twins on the mic, it just simply reminded me of when Alexa Bliss went out of her way to undress all of the four horsewomen on the mic, like every time they were in the ring together.
Yeah.
And again, Charlotte may have looked like she got the upper hand a couple times, but I think I've told you this. I've definitely texted you this when we talked about it the first time. Charlotte can only cut a good promo when she's punching down.
Yep. 100%. It's
underdog Charlotte won't sell anything.
I will say, this is probably one of my favorite promos of all time. I don't know if you remember this. I forget exactly what year. It was between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. I feel like we talked about this before. It almost seemed like a shoot to me because of how much the viewer could relate to it. Alexa was basically just saying, without a title, you don't know who you are. And that's perfectly said. If Charlotte doesn't have a title, she's nothing more than Ric Flair's daughter. That might be malicious to say, but I'm going to stand by it. You know, she's an incredible in-ring performer. I'm not taking anything away from her in that realm. But no, like, it's normally, I would say, the title. I'm trying to think how to word this. The wrestler
should make the title.
Exactly, not the title makes the wrestler. That took the words right out of my mouth. It's I don't know. It's if you need the title.
That's the thing. I don't think she does. Me and you talked about this when we were booking. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like when we were fake booking WrestleMania 41 before all the bullshit happened and completely fucked up all of our predictions. Like originally, I was like, bro, if you want to make Charlotte important without the title, have her go against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. I don't know how ready Becky is to be in ring, to be fair, but she just signed a contract like in like January. So I'm like, if you want to make Charlotte feel important without the title, give her just a high-profile match at WrestleMania without the title. That's all you had to do.
I don't even think it needs to be a matter of like Charlotte and Becky, because like we've seen that before. It would be cool for them to have a Mania match. That kind of reminds me of why I want to see Roman and Seth this year one-on-one. Yeah. I feel like Charlotte kind of needs to. I don't know if she wants to do this. She needs to fall into like the gatekeeper role. If she was going. Do Charlotte, like, granted, if the whole Jade Cargill who attacked her storyline never happened, Charlotte putting over Jade Cargill would be monumental for the business.
Oh, absolutely. She's
like,
not going to do that.
No, absolutely not. Charlotte just needs to get better at establishing people and not chasing a record that, in reality, doesn't matter. Like, Cena going for 17, it really doesn't matter because I think Cena's done way more for the business. Not even talking about titles.
We do not care about Charlotte going for 18. I promise you we don't.
No, absolutely
because how much does that shit really count when they was playing ping pong with the titles from 2017 to 2018?
Like, it's granted you could use world titles like in a debate, everything like that. I guess it is a good sign because it just shows how much a company trusts you to carry it. But I don't when it comes to Charlotte, her winning all these titles, even Royal Rumbles, all of her accomplishments, they all just feel tainted to me. For some reason, I don't know if it's because she's Ric Flair's daughter, but I just feel like they're trying to push the narrative too much. They're one and the same, despite the fact they're never gonna bring Ric Flair back. So I don't know why they do it.
Yeah, I think the problem is they're trying, like, they're making her, and this is gonna sound crazy, so I want to preface this with I don't think this is gonna come off wrong, but just hear me out. They're trying to give her the same resume as a male wrestler, but that doesn't make sense because the history of women's wrestling and men's wrestling is just completely different. So you give Charlotte 17 world titles, it doesn't mean as much because the next person down is what, at like 8?